Ben Askren is awake after double lung transplant. Here's the video.
What's up, guys? Have not given you an update in a while. Figured you deserve one. Whenever this is all the way over, I actually just read through my wife's journal because I don't remember anything from May 28th to July 2. No recollection. Zero idea. No idea what happened. We'll kind of go through it all, and it's I just read through my wife's journal. It's like a movie. It's ridiculous. So I only died 4 times, right? Where the ticker stopped for about 20 seconds. That's not ideal. I don't know if you guys know that. But I got the double lung transplant. I made it out to the other side of it, gaining quite a bit of strength. We're going to use everything again. I was actually on the scale yesterday, 147 pounds. I've been on 47 pounds since 15 years old. So I was like 50 pounds in a 45-day period. So man, that was a battle. Luckily, I don't remember most of it. And the thing that was most impactful to me was all the love I felt from everybody. And it was almost like I got to have my own funeral, right? I still remember it 30 years ago when Dave Schultz died, and you listen to all these older people, recollect how much they enjoyed him, how much they loved him. And, obviously he never had to hear that. I'm sure some people will him. But, so man, the outpouring of love from the wrestling community was just amazing. It felt so good. And so, I'm more motivated than ever just to give back and do what I can and help out the best I can help out. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been tough, not only on me, but my whole family and my close community. So I appreciate everything. Hope you guys appreciate the update. And like I said, sometime down the road, maybe Amy and I can detail everything a little more.
What did you guys think? Ben says he lost 50 pounds in 45 days. Ben said he had 4 heart attacks. What a sad story. All of us here at MMA Uncensored wish Ben and his family a healthy recovery. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Charles Oliveira had this to say about Ilia Topuria in his first round KO at UFC 317. Ilia Topuria is the guy who hits the hardest. That's Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira had this to say about his fight versus Ilia Topuria in his KO. I would change everything about my performance. Everything I trained, I didn't put into practice. I didn't do anything I trained for. The game plan was to hit, get out, knee stomps, maintaining distance with my front kicks, lots of calf kicks, not standing still. As soon as the fight started, I stood still, taking his shots. I think if I had maintained distance, moving my hands, working on the front kicks, working on the stomps, trying to take him down, I think it would have been a completely different fight. That's Du Bronx, Charles Oliveira, on his first round KO loss to Ilia Topuria at UFC 317. Charles Oliveira also had this to say: Ilia Topuria is the guy who hits the hardest. Now, before the fight, Charles Oliveira said he hit the hardest. Not anymore. Charles Oliveira says Ilia Topuria is the hardest hitter he's ever faced. Charles Oliveira wants to return later this year in November, and he wants to fight Max Holloway. Here's what he had to say. Max Holloway will fight in July. I fight in June. I think November would be the time. This will be their second fight if they run it back. You guys want to see Oliveira versus Holloway too? Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Alex Volkanovski had this to say about Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria. I think Islam, I feel like I had more concussions from the Islam fight, even though I was knocked out longer with Ilia. Volk says Islam over Ilia. Wow. I guess he's, I don't know. Maybe he's saying Islam, the concussion was worse. I'm not sure if he's saying who hit harder. But long story short, he's saying that the impact from the KO from Islam was worse than his KO from Ilia. Now, he was knocked out longer by Ilia Topuria, and he even says that. Very interesting. TJ Dillashaw has joined Khamzat Chimaev, Arman Sarukian, at Santos Studios in Jackson House for his UFC 319 fight camp. TJ, Khamzat shared a picture. Coach TJ Dillashaw, unbelievable. Going to work with Khamzat on his conditioning, techniques, everything. TJ Dillashaw is a mastermind in MMA. Great addition. Butterbean will be on the Jackson podcast later today. Check it out. YouTube, that's where it's going to be. Jackson Podcast YouTube. It'll be out at about 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dustin Poirier. Here's what he had to say about Ilia Topuria. Dustin reached out to the UFC earlier this year, or earlier last year, or within the last year, and said this. When Ilia was going to 155, I texted the UFC and said, hey, let me know what's going on with this guy. They told me it's not happening. The UFC had no interest, none, in booking Dustin Poirier versus Ilia Topuria. No. Hold on here. If Dustin beats Max Holloway, he'll be the BMF champion. And I doubt he'll retire. Ilia versus Dustin for the BMF and lightweight title? Let's do it, man. That'd be fun. Now, I think it'd be a great fight. I think Ilia has youth on his side. Ilia has power on his side. But I think Dustin's a dog. Anybody want to see Dustin versus Ilia? I could get down with that. I can get down with that. Don't forget, UFC, Nashville. Derek Lewis versus Talishin Teixeira this weekend. And today there's a BKFC press conference, 7 p.m. in Florida. Check that out. Big shout out to Santos Studios. Got the Zilla LA hat on. Got the polo on. Big shout out to Santos Studios. That's all we got for today. Have a great day, fight fans.